I had a little bit of Rocky going in the meetings that took place before the shows ever got on the air. Now, they brought me east because they had heard all these good reports from Los Angeles about the nightly stuff and the early times, early evening stuff. But network people are funny. They will pick up something because it's good, otherwise they're not going to bother about it, and then they try to improve it. Beware of those improvements, folks. You should listen to them because occasionally you'll hear a good idea. And I've gotten great ideas from ushers, from parking boys, from strangers in the mail, and you should always be open to new suggestions. But not too many came from network executive. For example, one of the guys in the first meeting said, "Now, we know you're funny, that's what we're told, and that's okay, don't worry about it. But what do you plan to do each day?" And I said, "Well, mainly I'll take a hand mic and go out in the audience and interview people." They said, "Well, that's okay, but I mean, what we're talking about now about the comedy." And I said, "Yeah, that's it. That's how I get screams." And there was a big pause. They didn't like the sound of that idea. Apparently the guys talking to me had never seen me do it. And they said, "Well, I remember the word." They said, "That's kind of daytimey." Because guys like Tom Brenneman and Art Linkletter and other daytime people whose names I can't remember now, did go through audiences with mics, but always kind of just cute stuff, not comedy. They were asking, who traveled the farthest to get here tonight, or which of you ladies has the strangest thing in your purse, or stuff like that. Whereas I went out with no plans whatever and just talked to the people about them, not their purse, and got some kind of laugh. So they tried to talk me out of doing that. Of course, I did not let them talk me out of doing that, and eventually they shut up because they saw it was getting big laughs every day. Well, I think they just saw me as a sort of a utility infielder. They put me into a lot of situations. They had a show on the air at the time called Songs for Sale. I'd never seen it in L.A., but it was a big hit on the network. And they dropped me in as the MC of that for, I guess I did about a year and a half. It was a very good idea for a show. They would have 4 or 5 named singers, Tony Bennett, Peggy Lee, Rosie Clooney, whoever it might be. And then they would have 4 or 5 amateur songwriters, and they would submit thousands of songs, and some poor people on the staff had to pick out the best 4 or 5. And Peggy Lee would sing one, and Teresa Brewer would sing another, and Guy Mitchell would sing a third. And then a panel would decide which was the best, and it was a good, simple, good idea for a show. So I did that for about a year and a half. They also dropped me into the panel of What's My Line, which was their big top 10, top 5, in fact, Sunday night game, our panel show. I was there with Dorothy Kilgallen and Bennett Cerf and Arlene Francis, and of course John Daly was the host. And that was fun.